Welcome back to the 2015 comic series Ant-Man. This is part 3 of 5. The comic opens on Dr. Erica Sondheim in Miami. A mysterious man enters and solicits Dr. Sondheim's help with a very compelling case. Sondheim has no interest in this, but she is being held at gunpoint, and has no choice but to accept. Elsewhere in Miami, Ant-Man and Grizzly are sorting out the office for their new company, Ant-Man Security Solutions. Scott is excited with the prospect of their first case. The building formerly housed a paperclip warehouse, and the two begin the arduous task of cleaning it up. Later, Scott is at his ex-wife Peggy's place, listening to his daughter, Cassie, practice the drums for her talent show later that evening. She is pretty terrible, but Scott doesn't have the heart to tell her. Peggy calls Scott aside for a chat. She is upset about Scott's new company. He had told her he was just visiting, but she now knows that he intends to stay in Miami. Scott defends himself and says that he wants to be in Cassie's life. Scott heads back to his new office, only to find that the alarm has tripped. He cautiously enters, and is attacked by a device fixed on the ceiling. Someone has laid a trap for him. Scott evades the weapon's blasts, and comes upon Taskmaster. He has been waiting for Scott. Scott shrinks himself down as Taskmaster shoots at him. Scott manages to land a solid punch, but Taskmaster has another trick up his sleeve. He uses a whip with small weights at the end to capture the elusive Ant-Man. However, Scott communicates with his ants, and gets them together in formation. They form a fist, which wallops Taskmaster, and grabs his head. But Taskmaster is not so easily defeated. He uses his magnetic device to manipulate all the paperclips in the warehouse to form a sword. The sword slices through the ant fist, and the paperclips rain down onto the helpless Scott. In his shrunken state, he gets pinned down by some paperclips, and is at Taskmaster's mercy. Taskmaster tells him that what he's doing isn't personal. He has been hired as a mercenary by someone who wants to harm Scott. He reveals that his client is Cross Technological Enterprises, a company founded by Darren Cross before Ant-Man put a stop to his organ harvesting scheme. Scott wonders why a dead man's old company might be after him, when Taskmaster tells him that he wasn't hired to actually kill Scott, only to keep him busy while the real plan unfolds. Cross's company is actually after Cassie. All this while, Cassie and her mom have been at Cassie's school for the talent show. Cassie finishes her performance, and starts to pack up, when a couple of other kids invite her to go out with them. She tells Peggy, and asks the other girls to go on ahead while she puts her drum kit away. However, there is someone lurking in the shadows. As soon as Cassie is alone, he lunges at her and sedates her with a tranquilizer. He calls someone on the phone to tell them, and we see that it is the same mysterious man who is holding Dr. Sondheim hostage. The man reveals himself to be Augustine Cross, son of Darren Cross. Darren had previously taken Sondheim hostage as well, and forced her to take the organs out of homeless people's bodies and transplant them into his own. When Ant-Man saved Sondheim and defeated Cross, the evil scheme came to an end. But Augustine is here to complete that mission. He reveals to Sondheim the body of his father, being held in suspended animation. He is going to bring Darren Cross back, and he is going to use Cassie to do it. And that's where part 3 of Ant-Man ends. Join us next time, as the action comes to a head.